Are you looking to embrace new experiences and deepen your understanding of life? In this video, we explore the ancient teachings of Buddhism and present 5 unique challenges that can spark profound changes in your life. Lesson 1. Turn missteps into masterpieces. Life is full of challenges. Every person faces moments when things don't go as planned. Mistakes happen. Buddhism teaches that life is filled with impermanence. Everything changes and nothing stays the same forever. Just like how flowers bloom and wither, mistakes and failures come and go. What really matters is how we respond to them. When we make a mistake, we can choose to get stuck in regret, guilt, and frustration. Or we can use it as a stepping stone for growth. This is what Buddhism calls transformation of suffering. Imagine turning every mistake into a masterpiece. Each failure is an opportunity to learn and improve. Think of how an artist creates a beautiful painting. The first strokes may seem wrong, but they are part of the process. With time, those early mistakes become part of the final picture. Similarly, your mistakes can be seen as steps towards wisdom and success. One of the key teachings in Buddhism is that there is no such thing as a permanent failure. Every challenge you face is part of your journey. It is through these challenges that we truly learn about ourselves and the world. The Buddha himself encountered many obstacles in his quest for enlightenment, but he never gave up. He turned each difficulty into an opportunity to deepen his understanding. This lesson asks us to shift our perspective. Instead of viewing mistakes as negative, we can embrace them as valuable lessons. Embrace your flaws and shortcomings as they are part of your unique path. Each mistake, each misstep, is a part of the greater masterpiece of your life. When we view life through this lens, we realize that we don't have to be perfect. Perfection is an illusion. It is the process of learning, growing, and evolving that makes life meaningful. Every challenge can be transformed into a triumph. Just as a diamond is formed under pressure, our character is shaped through adversity. Lesson 2. Shift from thinking to doing. Buddhism often speaks of the importance of being present in the moment. In our modern world, it is easy to get lost in thoughts. We think about what we need to do, what we should have done, or what might happen in the future. But too much thinking without action can leave us feeling stuck. The Buddha taught that thoughts are not the end. They are the beginning. Our thoughts shape our actions, but they are not enough on their own. If we spend all our time thinking and planning, we may never take the first step. This is where action comes in. Buddhism emphasizes the need to move from thinking to doing. It's easy to think about all the ways we want to change our lives. We dream about being healthier, happier, or more successful. But dreams remain just dreams unless we take action. Action is the bridge between our thoughts and our goals. In Buddhism, right action is one of the key principles that guide us towards a better life. When we shift from thinking to doing, we stop procrastinating. We begin to take small steps towards our goals. These small actions lead to bigger changes. Even the smallest act of kindness, patience, or mindfulness can create a ripple effect in our lives and the lives of others. The Buddha encouraged his followers to take action in each moment. He knew that only by living in the present and taking deliberate steps could we reach enlightenment. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the big picture. We might look at the future and think, how will I ever achieve this? But Buddhism teaches us that we don't need to see the entire journey. We only need to focus on the next step. Action can begin with something small. It could be as simple as deciding to meditate for 5 minutes or making a healthier food choice. Shifting from thinking to doing requires courage. It requires the willingness to step into the unknown. But every action, no matter how small, is a victory. The more we act, the more we build confidence and momentum. The Buddha didn't become enlightened by thinking about enlightenment. He achieved it by living mindfully and taking action every day. When we embrace the practice of doing, we free ourselves from the trap of overthinking. We start to live in the moment and find joy in the journey. Every action, no matter how insignificant it may seem, brings us closer to becoming the person we want to be. Lesson 3. Follow the fear. Fear is a natural part of life. Everyone experiences it. It is a feeling that can paralyze us, make us doubt ourselves, and hold us back from living the life we truly want. But in Buddhism, fear is not seen as something to avoid or suppress. It is something to acknowledge and understand. Fear can be a guide if we are willing to face it. The Buddha taught that fear comes from attachment. We fear losing what we love, not getting what we desire, or facing the unknown. These fears arise because we are attached to outcomes, to expectations, and to the idea of control. But the truth is, control is an illusion. Life is unpredictable and fear will always be present. Rather than running from fear, Buddhism invites us to lean into it, to follow it. When we follow fear, we confront the very things that hold us back. We break free from the chains of doubt and insecurity. Every time we face our fear, we grow stronger and more resilient. In Buddhist practice, there is a concept called embracing the present moment. Fear often arises when we focus too much on the future or the past. We imagine worst-case scenarios or replay past mistakes. But when we are present, we see fear for what it truly is, a temporary emotion, not a permanent state. By following the fear, we learn to live more fully. When we choose to face our fears instead of avoiding them, we create space for courage, growth, and transformation. Think of a time in your life when you were afraid to try something new. Perhaps it was speaking in public, starting a new job, or having an important conversation. At first, the fear felt overwhelming. But once you took that first step, the fear began to fade. You discovered that it wasn't as scary as you had imagined. Fear often holds us back because we believe it will control us. But when we take control of our response to fear, we transform it into an ally. Instead of allowing fear to dictate our lives, we use it as a tool for growth. Following fear means being brave. It means doing the thing that scares you and trusting that you will be okay. With each step, you move closer to becoming the best version of yourself. The Buddhist teachings remind us that life is about embracing all experiences, even the uncomfortable ones. When we follow fear, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities and personal growth. Lesson 4. Fuel new beginnings with passion. Every day is an opportunity for a new beginning. Buddhism teaches us the importance of living in the present, and each new moment is a chance to start fresh. When we begin something new, whether it's a project, a relationship, or a personal goal, we need passion to fuel it. Passion is the energy that drives us forward and helps us overcome obstacles. In Buddhism, the idea of right intention is crucial. Right intention is the understanding that our actions are driven by good intentions and a deep sense of purpose. When we approach something with passion, we are not just going through the motions. We are fully engaged, giving our best effort and living with purpose. Passion is not something we can force. It arises when we connect with something deeply meaningful. It's the spark that ignites a new journey and keeps us moving even when things get tough. Passion gives us the strength to keep going even when the path is difficult or uncertain. Without passion, we may lose focus and give up too soon. In Buddhism, there is a teaching called right effort. Right effort is the practice of putting in the work with the right attitude. It's not about forcing results or working endlessly without rest. It's about maintaining balance and putting in the effort with enthusiasm and passion. When we start something new, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the obstacles that may arise. We might wonder if we are capable of succeeding. But when we approach our goals with passion, we see challenges as opportunities rather than threats. Passion helps us stay motivated, and it gives us the courage to keep going when things get hard. Buddhism teaches that we should not let fear, doubt, or uncertainty stop us from pursuing what matters most. When we fuel new beginnings with passion, we create the energy needed to bring our dreams to life. It's through passion that we find joy and purpose in our endeavors. The next time you start something new, approach it with passion. Allow it to fill you with energy and enthusiasm. Let your passion guide you through every step of the journey. Passion is the fire that keeps the flame of your dreams alive. Lesson 5. Meet negativity with nobility. Negativity is a part of life. People may criticize you, situations may go wrong, and your own mind may fill with negative thoughts. But Buddhism teaches us how to respond to negativity with wisdom and kindness. Rather than reacting with anger or frustration, we can choose to meet negativity with nobility. When we face negativity, it is easy to fall into a cycle of retaliation or self-doubt. But the Buddhist teachings encourage us to respond with compassion and calm. Meeting negativity with nobility means staying true to our values and principles, no matter what others say or do. One of the core principles in Buddhism is loving kindness. Loving kindness is the practice of wishing well for all beings, even those who may harm us. When we face negativity, we can choose to respond with kindness, rather than reacting in anger or bitterness. This doesn't mean we ignore our feelings or allow others to mistreat us. It simply means that we choose to respond from a place of inner peace. Meeting negativity with nobility also means practicing patience. The Buddha taught that patience is a powerful antidote to suffering. When we are patient, we allow ourselves time to reflect before reacting. We give ourselves space to respond thoughtfully and not impulsively. Patience is a sign of strength, not weakness. In Buddhism, there is a concept known as non-reactivity. Non-reactivity means that we do not let external events disturb our inner peace. When negativity arises, we can choose to observe it without letting it control us. We meet negativity with calmness and clarity, understanding that it is temporary. Responding with nobility also means embracing forgiveness. Holding on to anger or resentment only causes harm to ourselves. By forgiving others, we free ourselves from the chains of negativity. This allows us to move forward with a sense of peace and freedom. When we meet negativity with nobility, we transform difficult situations into opportunities for growth. We build resilience and wisdom. We learn to rise above the noise and remain centered in our values. This is the true power of Buddhism, the ability to meet adversity with grace and dignity. These 5 lessons teach us powerful truths. By turning missteps into masterpieces, shifting from thinking to doing, following the fear, fueling new beginnings with passion, and meeting negativity with nobility, we can transform our lives. The path of Buddhism offers us wisdom and tools to live a meaningful, peaceful, and empowered life. Through mindfulness and action, we can create the best version of ourselves and experience the true joy of living.